Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. We have a very interesting video for you today, one that I really was not expecting to make for quite a while, actually, possibly into next year. We are in the middle of October, coming up on the end of October in 2020, and we already have breaking news for Halloween Horror Nights 2021. Guys, I am very excited to bring you this video. We are already getting on the hype train for next year's event. After the disaster of 2020 and the cancellation of this year's event, we were treated to two haunted houses this year, which was the Bride of Frankenstein Universal Monsters and the Revenge of the Tooth Fairy. Both were absolutely phenomenal houses. I went through them multiple times. We hopefully will be able to go back before the end of October to be able to go through them at least one more time. But guys, we finally have a house announcement for Halloween Horror Nights 21. One thing that I want you guys to keep in mind is that this was not an official announcement that was made by Universal Studios. This was an apparent leak made by Peacock, the NBC Universal streaming service. Earlier this evening, it came out on Twitter that there was a bit of a clip or show, a show segment from a show called Secrets of Universal Orlando's Halloween Horror Nights. And in this little clip that was about 8 minutes long, it detailed and gave us a behind-the-scenes look at a brand new haunted house that was originally made for Halloween Horror Nights 2020 and is now being moved over to 2021. We hear it from the man, Michael Aiello himself, that this is a house that is being confirmed for Halloween Horror Nights 21. Now, after this video made the rounds on Twitter, it was quickly taken down by the Peacock streaming service for whatever reason, leading everyone to speculate that this was not supposed to be there and that this was a mistake on Peacock's part. But the damage was already done. There were already multiple screenshots out there of the official logo for the house, which is the thumbnail of this video that you guys saw when you guys clicked, and we have some other screenshots confirming that this house is for Halloween Horror Nights 21. One thing that I didn't even say, the name of the house. The name of the brand new haunted house confirmed for Halloween Horror Nights 21 is Puppet Theater Captive Audience. Now, if you guys remember when we were looking back at the speculation maps made by HH Nightmares, there was a bit of a marionette puppet type house that was speculated on that map, and it looks like that came true in the form of Puppet Theater Captive Audience. Now, in the video, we see Michael Aiello and Greg Nicotero walking through this haunted house as they were probably going through rehearsals prior to the official cancellation of Halloween Horror Nights 2020. And from what we see inside this house, I am honestly very, very excited. And we get a preview of the haunted house. We get to walk through. We see a bunch of the different costumes. We see a bunch of different show scenes. They go through and they talk about some of the different gags that they have through the house. And I'm very much so excited to see what this house has to offer. Now, it is a little bit of a spoiler issue with this haunted house and with this clip, and I'm very sure that they were not intending to release this footage until maybe closer to the event next year, or maybe in the middle of the event next year. I'm not entirely sure. I'm sure they were just pretty much improvising as they went along with this, intending to be a house made for 2020, but they just kind of went through it and just went through this as though it was a freshly built haunted house for Halloween Horror Nights 21. We're not entirely sure. So some of the basics that we know of this house is that it takes place in an old rundown theater in San Francisco in the early 1900s, right about turn of the century. There was a tragic accident at the theater, and there's a whole bunch of different groups and patrons, and as the main performers in the theater kind of started losing their minds, they started attacking the patrons and turning them all into puppets. And we get a pretty decent preview of all the different scares that they might have inside the house, and as I mentioned earlier, some of the different gags, most notably a mirror gag, which I'm very excited for. Anytime a haunted house uses a mirror gag like that, where it looks like it's a mirror, where some of the objects that are placed on the table are perfectly mirrored on the other side, but there's no mirror actually there, but a scare actor comes out, it's always a top-notch win for me. So this is where you guys come in. I want to get your opinions on this, and I want to find out what you guys think of this haunted house. I'm going to leave a link to the video down in the description below. Definitely a huge shout out to Sunshine Frights on Facebook, he managed to get an entire screen recording of the entire 8-minute clip that was on Peacock and posted it to his Facebook page. So I'll definitely leave a link to that down in the description below so that you guys can check it out. I do apologize in advance for the poor quality that you're seeing in this video. That was the quality that he captured and posted onto his Facebook page. So you know, he did the absolute best he could, but when you're viewing it on your phone, you can make out exactly what's going on. You can see pretty clearly what is going on inside the haunted houses. You can see all the little details within the sets and the costuming, and yeah, you guys just have to check this out for yourselves. It is very, very cool to see. And apparently this series has been a thing for a while, and I never actually knew about this. I was very intrigued watching this entire video and seeing what exactly went into this haunted house. And now one thing that I am curious about, and I'm pretty sure I already know the answer to this, but are they just going to leave the haunted houses intact in those sound stages and just reuse them next year? I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. I don't particularly think that it makes much sense to demolish any of the haunted houses that are in the sound stages, or heck, even in the tents. If the sprung tents that are in the back of the park behind Men in Black and the Simpsons ride, if they're there all year round, there's no reason to demo the houses if they're just going to end up reusing them for next year. I'm sure the only houses that they're going to get rid of is, of course, Universal Monsters, The Bride of Frankenstein Lives, and Revenge of the Tooth Fairy. I'm sure those are going to be 2 all-new haunted houses for next year. They're just going to end up reusing those spaces, and it's very intriguing to me that they might just, you know, leave those haunted houses. I don't know. That's just me. I think that makes the most sense. I mean, unless they have anything else planned for this year for any of the sound stages coming up, which I don't see that happening personally, they may just end up using all that space and just keeping it there. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. This was very interesting, a very early leak for Halloween Horror Nights 2021. Let me know what you guys think of this down in the comments section below. Are you excited for this house? Are you guys interested in what you saw? Were you intrigued? Do you think that this is going to be an absolute winner house? I think it is, because the whole idea of puppets and marionettes and things, that's very creepy, and based off of some of the stuff that I saw in the video, I'm sure it's going to be a slam dunk house. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you guys want to stay up to date with all the latest Halloween Horror Nights news, then definitely hit that subscribe button down below so that you never miss a video, and make sure to ring that notification bell so that way you get notified whenever I upload a new video like this in the future. Thank you guys again so much for watching today's video. If you want to get a shout out in each and every single one of our videos, then go ahead and hit that join button down below and become a tier 3 member of the Express Squad today. I hope you are all having a wonderful day, morning, afternoon, evening, and I'll see you guys in the next video.